Blake Hall and Jeremy Lamb. We saw these guys at the T100, and you're going to see them several more times today because listen to this. 5 bass and your new leader, 1903 for Blake Hall and Jeremy Lamb. Here we go. 2025 season at Smith Lake. We have kicked things off, and we did it with a bang. Blake Hall, Jeremy Lamb, 1903, and they were just telling us we got a little cranking in DT6 and a little Moochman, so it was a Rapala win all the way for these guys. Coming back to the Alabama Bass Trail this year and showing up in a big way.
You know, I love the Moochman story, but that DT6, if you are an old school fishing person, like that's going to speak to you. So let's talk to them. Let's see how they got it done.
No doubt about it, guys. 1903 on Smith is nothing to sneeze at any time of the year, but a lot of teams that are very familiar with Smith struggled today. How did y'all get it done?
We started off deep early, chasing spotted bass, caught a small limit, 1 4-pound spot, and then just locked the crankbait in our hand after that.
Talk about the crankbait. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, we both practiced 2 or 3 days and didn't really do any good. So we knew if we were going to even get a check, we were going to have to find some largemouth. And we just went to some places we'd caught them before and hoping they were moving up with the warm weather, and they did.
Ms. K, up next, we've got Lake Martin in the south.
You know, another lake where we'll go to and we'll have a ton of limits, a lot of spotted bass in that lake, and I'm looking forward to getting there.
We will see you in Alexander City. 5-time winners on the Alabama Bass Trail. We spent time with them today, and they were putting on a show, and they are continuing to do that right here on the weigh-in stage. Chris Rutland, Kobe Carden, new leaders, 5 that are going to go 17:44 to blow the doors off of it at Lake Martin. What a kickoff to the ABT South with these two right here. Kobe Carden, Chris Rutland, 17:44. You and I on the podcast, we've said 14 pounds, and they made us look stupid. But we did pick them, so we look smart at the end of the day.
I don't think you can ever pick against these guys. 6 wins on the Alabama Bass Trail, and we've had over 10,000 anglers fish the Alabama Bass Trail, and these guys have won 6 times. It's amazing.
Unbelievable. 17:44, the biggest stringer ever weighed in the 12-year history of the Alabama Bass Trail on Lake Martin. You guys have a lot of success here, but not an ABT win until today. How does it feel?
Feels great, very unexpected. Yeah. We were just hoping we could get in the double digits. We could get 10 pounds. We thought we'd be really, really happy with 10 pounds. So it's a little unexpected.
But it was a good team effort, sounded like today on stage. You're telling me you caught a few, Chris, and Kobe was putting on a show on ABT Live for us this morning.
Yeah.
And then you called out a couple times later this afternoon to get up to that 17:44. What was the bait that put you over the top?
You know, chatterbait was what we caught the big fish on today, but when we caught fish on jigs, crankbaits, DT6, shallow running crappie, a little bit of everything today. I mean, you know, we probably caught 35, 40 fish today, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. Not a bad day to catch 30 or 40 fish on Lake Martin, break the Lake Martin record for the ABT, and take home, a little over $15,000. No big deal, Miss Kay.
They're going to take over $20,000 with boat contingency and first contingency. These guys are going to take home quite a bit of money.
Yeah, we are proud to have you guys on the Alabama Bass Trail. Up next, we got Lake Guntersville in the ABT North. Sure to be some big bags weighed in up there. We will see you guys up the road. Hunter Davidson and Bryant Fikes coming up next. Oh, no big deal. They're just going to take the lead with 29-18 for Hunter Davidson and Bryant Fikes. All right, Miss Kay, another great one on Guntersville. This place absolutely spoils us. 58 bags, over 20 pounds, an ABT record, I believe. I got my record information from Darian Craig, so maybe that's not true. But 29-18 takes the win. Hunter Davidson, Bryant Fikes. What an unbelievable fishery.
It is. Lake Guntersville is the crowning jewel of the state of Alabama. I don't care what you say. The Tennessee River is fantastic. New winners on the Alabama Bass Trail in their first year fishing the North Division, so that's pretty cool.
That is what we call showing up and showing out. How do you feel right now, boys?
I think the coolest thing is just being Guntersville and the ABT and the spring. I don't know. It'd be hard to ever forget about this one.
It'd be hard to top this one, especially the Alabama Bass Trail.
I'm not knocking all the other ABTs like Smith and Neely, but, you hear Guntersville, it's like, that's a sweet one.
It's a heavyweight bout, right, on Guntersville. It's going to take big weights against this crew, 225 teams that signed up and sold this thing out in 7 minutes. They were ready to get to Guntersville.
They were, and, I mean, what a phenomenal fishery. What a phenomenal place. It's got a great mark in Alabama Bass Trail history, and glad to see new winners on the Alabama Bass Trail.
No doubt new faces doing big things. We'll see y'all down the road at Logan Martin for stop number 2 in the Alabama Bass Trail South coming up.
Alabama Bass Trail Television is presented by Phoenix Boats and sponsored by Academy Sports and Outdoors, Crush City Eufaula, Landers McClarty Chevrolet, and by Jax. It's all about the South. There's more to come.
In 2009, it all started with this 721 Pro XP and a passion to build the best fishing platform in design, performance, and construction for all of our customers. Through the years, motors have changed. Electronics have changed. But the passion to build the best bass boat possible has not changed. Everyone at Phoenix believes we got it right the first time.
Here at Landers McClarty Chevrolet, it's time to pick your offer on a new Chevy Silverado 1500. That's right, pick the offer that's best for you. Choose rates as low as 2.9% for 72 months, or how about up to $12,000 off all Silverados? They have the best selection in years with over 500 pre-owned vehicles available. Big store, big on savings, and big on customer service. Visit LandersMcClartyChevrolet.com.
Big banks only care about one thing, ROI. So when it comes to your small business, you can expect a big no. At AmFirst, we don't just invest in your business, we invest in you and your goals. With great rates on loans, lines of credit to help you grow, and business checking accounts. Because at AmFirst, business is personal.
The best of the best just got better. Clearer images, sharper resolution, improved target separation. That's right, better. LiveScope Plus, only from Garmin.
The splash of your paddle mimics the pelican as it drops down from above. As the calmness of the water washes away any lingering concerns, you listen to the tall grass sing of the surrounding beauty and how the best views only get better when they're shared. This is Alabama. And when you're here, you can take it all in.
These guys are stone cold fish catchers. Ran into them on live today. They said they had about 14 pounds, and they upgraded from there. Here we go, 5 that are going to go 19:01, taking them all the way to the top of the Pro Guide Batteries leaderboard. All right, Miss K, stop number 2 in the books here at Logan Martin in the South. And Blake Tomlin and Justin Foster, 19:01, taking the win. A ton of bass got caught, as we predicted, on Logan Martin. And these guys got it done their way. Yet again, we saw it at Lake Eufaula last year, and they're back in the winner's circle.
You know, it's really cool to see multi-time winners on the Alabama Bass Trail, 2 separate lakes and 2 totally separate fisheries. They got it done in a big way. We thought it would take over 20, but they weighed in early, and it went wire to wire.
All right, guys, you got to tell us, how does it feel to do it your way yet again on a totally different fishery, like Miss Kay said, a little bit different than Eufaula here on the Coosa River, and it's not 3,000 degrees today.
It's pretty awesome.
That was awesome.
Much nicer weather than
It's just fun. It's that time of year where they're just biting. It was a blast. We caught them from the time we started to the time we stopped.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, just tore our thumbs up, culling 2.5s all day. Like, I think our small one was $2.99, so it was fun. It was so much fun.
Awesome time.
Yeah. Only thing I could wish for a little more was some top water bites. We didn't get a single. We didn't catch anything on top water.
Well, you can cry all the way home about your topwater bites and wipe your tears up with $15,000 on the way.
That's right.
I do have to ask you real quick, looking forward to that schedule. We've got a May event on a little lake called Eufaula. Do we see you go twice in the same year?
That is the lowest expectations.
People don't realize how lucky we got at Eufaula. We really did get lucky there. But Alabama River, though, we're gonna give them a run there.
Okay.
So.
Maybe.
We'll
see.
We like it.
15 foot high, so who knows?
Yeah,
That's up next in the South, Miss Kay. We're fixing to take this thing up the road to Neely Henry.
Another Coosa River lake that should really perform well.
Todd Beatty, Ethan McDonald spent some time with these gentlemen right here, a whole lot, these Tennessee boys, fixing to bust this thing wide open. 1940 for Beatty and McDonald. All right, that's a wrap on stop number 3 here at the Alabama Bass Trail North on Neely Henry, and what a tournament. 1940, a lot of talk about a tough tournament coming into this. 1940, guys, how did you get it done out there on a tough Neely Henry for a lot of teams today?
Go ahead, brother.
Well, we just, it all came together this afternoon. We had a decent practice. We practiced for a few days, had some highs, had some lows. Ultimately went down to a couple areas where we took some quality bites and went old school, did what we really like to do and fished and caught 4 or 5 on a floating worm. And it's something we really, really like to do this time of year when the fish are spawning. I don't know, this guy had a magic 20 or 30 minutes there at the end of the day. It was pretty special to watch.
Well, Thinking Pink got him to 1940 with that floating worm and took stop number 3, $15,000. Miss K, we got the Alabama River up next.
We've got another team in the championship at Wheeler Lake later on in October. Now let's go see what we can do in the South.
We'll see you guys at Cooter's Pond on the Alabama River. Here come the Schroeders. Chad and Chase with 17-11 going all the way to first place. Alabama Bass Trail stop number 3 in the ABT South presented by Phoenix Boats is a wrap. 17-11. The Schroeders take the very, very small margin of victory here with all spotted bass. Walk us through the day. How do you get to 17-11 of Alabama River spotted bass today on a pretty tough day? Current, normally a very big deal for catching those spots, and there wasn't a ton of it today.
Yep, our game plan going in was Chad spawn deal. We actually passed by a spotted bass hole, and it was open surprisingly. We pulled in there for a little while. I didn't catch anything there. It was just a wavy mess with both spots. So we left. We did our shad spawn deal, and I think we were just behind everybody all day. We had about probably 8 pounds at 10 o'clock, and I said we put the jigs and the flipping stick up, and we went spotted bass fishing.
You know, we always say this is the equalizer. There's going to be a big point shift, and we'll look at that on the podcast and stuff, and we'll analyze that at a later date. But right now it's time to celebrate these guys and 17-11 on the Alabama River.
Alabama Bass Trail Television, presented by Phoenix Boats, is sponsored by Yamaha Outboards, TH Marine, McGraw-Webb Chevrolet, American Baitworks, and by Southern Protection Agency.
This is Jack's Country, where food can bring you home faster than any road. Let our smoked bologna sandwich take you back with eggs and melted cheese on Texas toast, or get 2 smoked bologna biscuits for $4.44. We're Jack's, and we're all about the South.
Here at Landers McClarty Chevrolet, it's time to pick your offer on a new Chevy Silverado 1500. That's right, pick the offer that's best for you. Choose rates as low as 2.9% for 72 months, or how about up to $12,000 off all Silverados? They have the best selection in years with over 500 pre-owned vehicles available. Big store, big on savings, and big on customer service. Visit LandersMcClartyChevrolet.com.
This is Jack's Country, where we've always had a thing for classics. Jack's Country Rib Classic. Tender boneless rib, barbecue sauce, pickles, and onions on a toasted bun with fries and a pie for just $6.49. Start the year off with a classic. Jack's, we're all about the South.
We got new leaders with 20 pounds, 20.44. All right, we're here with the 2025 winners at Weiss, Nolan Spencer, Jonathan Reese. Y'all just won the second time on the same pond. That's tough to do.
It is, man. Honestly, you know, both times we had a really good feeling coming into it. We had a good practice. Had a good practice back in 18. Good practice this time. This lake just kind of suits us. It's been feast or famine, though. We've had some really tough events here, but, you know, obviously we've had some good ones. So, I might have to buy a house down here or something.
I mean, if y'all keep winning like this here, you're probably going to be able to do it. I mean, just quickly talk about how you caught them.
Yeah, man, it was a typical shad spawn deal. Found a stretch of grass that had them in it, and we got in that area and we threw a frog, swim jig, your typical stuff. And it wasn't fast and furious. We didn't, load the boat right off the bat. We just kind of kept going back and forth and circling around, and got the bites we needed.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Wrapped up a great event here at Weiss, and we'll see you at the next one at Lake Eufaula in the ABT South.
Charlie Williams, Michael Smith, boat 75. I'm hearing good bag, and I think Daniel Montgomery means to say great bag. 5, that will go 24-17 for Charlie Williams and Michael Smith. Miss K, that's a wrap on stop number 4 here at the ABT South, and 24-17 going to take the victory today. 8 bags over 20. Charlie Williams, Michael Smith, how did you guys get it done on Eufaula when a lot of teams said their practice strategies kind of went out the window today, got a little tougher for them? Y'all were able to knock it out of the park.
Well, we idled a lot. Thursday, I idled, I think, 11 hours. I stood up maybe 40 minutes of that day. And then yesterday, we both idled as long as till dark, or till time to get off the water, and didn't stand up. So, and luckily he found one little spot. It was an old school spot that we fished before, and so that every fish that we weighed in come on there. He got one bite there yesterday, and it was a good one. Yeah. But man, when we idled out this morning, when she called us out, she always says, championship winner, blah, blah, blah. I looked at him and I said, man, we need to give her something else to say. I bet people's getting tired of hearing that. So now we got something else. That's right.
That's right.
Hey, welcome back to the podium. We're glad to have you guys there. Miss K, Lake Eufaula always shows out, and it's awesome to have 2-time champions now. You've got something else to yell at them at takeoff.
I love to have something else to yell out. I mean, great to have them. Great to be back at Lake Eufaula. Good to see the lake on the upturn, too.
Miss K, here we go. We're wrapping up the Alabama Bass Trail North Division here at Pickwick Lake, and 27-69 takes it. Took over 24 pounds just to be in the top 10, and William Nichols and Jake Young get it done. They weighed in an hour early before the scales even opened for the rest of the crew, and they've been sweating it, but here we go, a new champ.
It's always exciting to crown a new champion. These guys have fished with us that long, but they've been fishing for a long time, and it was just a matter of time before they got it done, and they got it done in a big way today.
Guys, you had to sweat it out for a long time at the weigh-in. How did you catch those fish here on Pickwick Lake today, where a lot of people call big bags, and you got above and beyond what everybody brought in?
This week, I tried to do the graphing ordeal, try and find schools of fish, because that's what they're supposed to be doing right now. Unfortunately, I was not able to do that. But we ended up going to the edge of the river channels and targeting stumps just right off the edge of the river channel.
Miss K, an incredible way to end the ABT North.
It was an incredible year. We saw a lot of new winners on the Alabama Bass Trail and some new anglers of the year.
A 3-point win for Hunter Davidson and Brian Fikes. 1,047 points get it done. These guys checked in every event and won the Lake Guntersville Big Bass Beatdown. What is it about these guys when big fish get caught, they're going to be right in the mix?
What a phenomenal first season on the Alabama Bass Trail.
No doubt about it. All right, tell us about it. How are you feeling right now in this moment? It's just became a reality just a little bit ago.
Oh, it feels amazing. I mean, Alabama Bass Trail's got the best fishermen probably in the world, I mean, they're so good, and just to come out on top feels really good,
Awesome stories y'all were telling me over there. You had just a quick call right before weigh-in at Neely Henry. You're over here doing the math, which I'm sure the second place team is too, right? You play back every catch, and it has to go on your side of the balance beam, so to speak, to take AOY home, and you guys did it. What a phenomenal year.
Great year on the Alabama Bass Trail North Division. Now, let's go to Lay Lake and see if we can't wrap up that south.
This portion of Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats, is sponsored by Garmin, by Power Pole, Strike King, Lose, and by Mountain Dew.
In the relentless pursuit of domination on the water, one name stands above the rest. TH Marine's Atlas Jackplate. The power behind champions since 2007. The driving force that propels you to victory. More winners choose Atlas. For the fisherman who demands the best, Atlas delivers. Because every move counts. More winners choose Atlas.
Research and development is more than just time in the shop for us. It's time out here. Sweating the details. Making boats that work as well in the real world as they do on paper. From our R&D team to our anglers on the water, we have the knowledge and passion to build you the finest fishing platform in the world.
I want to talk to you about Piranha 02.
This is the exact system that we are running behind stage in all of our tanks to keep our fish healthy and alive so we can get them back in the water.
Every dead fish costs you a lot of money. So I've been really impressed. It's an oxygen enrichment system that helps out, keeps these fish alive, and lets you catch and release them.
Weight is the key in tournament fishing, so take care of it. Go to Piranha 02 and take a look.
The best fishing spots hook your heart and reel you back again and again and again. Whether the bucket mouths are biting or the tall tails are flowing, it's always a good time. Anyone, anywhere can get fishing for less. Have fun out there.
Boat 223 and winners on the Alabama River earlier this year, Chad and Chase Schroeder. And fixing to be a new leader here today, I believe. Goodness gracious. Darian Craig, I'm right like always. 5 to go. 21-32 for the Schroeders. 21-32. Well, Miss K, another ABT South season in the books, and no, we are not seeing double. The Schroeders have done it again. They won the Alabama River earlier this year, 21-32, takes it on the Coosa River here at Lay Lake.
Congratulations. What a year in the Alabama Bass Trail South Division.
No doubt about it. And we talk about multi-time winners out here a lot, and you guys now have notched number 3. Not an easy feat. How did you get it done here at Lay Lake today?
It was just meant to be for us today. We started off shallow. We did a little bit of everything. Started off shallow, fishing the grass, and junk fished offshore a good bit after that, after the first couple hours. Chase caught the first big one, I think the one that won big fish, about 7:30 this morning on a pop and prawl. I'm pretty sure everybody saw them out there. There's loads of mayflies out there, and brim are just feeding on them like a shad spawn. So.
Right place at the right time sometimes comes in real handy. You had 2 bass, one just shy of 7 pounds and another over 6 pounds. Most teams would have killed to have one of those, just to be honest. You catch 2 in the same day to notch win number 2 in the 2025 season. Zeke Gossett, Ethan King, I feel like we say their name every time we do a podcast, every time we're on ABT Live. We say their names a lot. They fish the ABT North, the ABT South, and the ABT 100s, and just notched an ABT South Angler of the Year and overall Angler of the Year for both divisions. It's a pretty big deal.
It is a big deal. These guys put their time in. They stay on the water, and we say that all the time. No matter your equipment, no matter whatever, time on the water is what it takes, and these guys certainly put their time in. What a way to round out the 12th season in the Alabama Bass Trail South Division. A full field filled up rather quickly, and it's time to get ready for the 13th season.
No doubt, 13th season and the ABT Championship coming up at Wheeler Lake in Decatur, Alabama. And we hope it's a little bit cooler there than it is here today. We'll see y'all in Decatur, Alabama. Donnie Beck and Tony Harvey, they had 21-47 yesterday. Had 2 Wheeler Lake Freaks of Nature, an almost 8-pounder. Today they need 18.57 to win $50,000, and they have 5 that weigh 19.56. Your champs, Donnie Beck and Tony Harvey, take out the Anayas. Miss K, we just wrapped up an awesome championship event here, and we've got new champs here, 2025. Donnie Beck, Tony Harvey, 41.03. We didn't quite break that Wheeler Lake record, but Wheeler Lake showed out once again.
It did, and these are legends on the Tennessee River. And when you look back, it's kind of hard to believe, that they haven't already won a championship, because they're super good anglers, represent us very well, and I cannot be happier for Donnie Beck and Tony Harvey.
I'll be honest with you, he's playing Rocky Top right now because it's the 3rd Saturday in October. I've fished against these guys a bunch over the years, me and my dad, and I told the joke on stage, but when we would pull up at the ramp and they would pull up, my dad's like, well, we might as well go back to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, because you could just about hand them your money. Guys, huge win for y'all on the Tennessee River. How does it feel?
Oh, it's our biggest win to date by far. And it's like I told him,
we're both getting up in age and got some wounds and aches. So, I mean, we might not ever get this chance again.
Yeah.
So I'm going to enjoy it.
Well, you should. Yeah. 4103. Tell us about that 762 big fish, though, because that thing was a freak of nature.
Yeah,
Looked like it swallowed a football.
It did. It was actually the first fish we caught yesterday. Yeah. And never jumped. I guess it's too fat to jump.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, it may be a drum. He come up at the boat, and it just rolled up, and he put it in the net.
Did you think right then in that moment you'd be hoisting those trophies and $50,000 potentially?
No, because it was, 3 hours later before we caught a 12-inch spot.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we had 3 in the live well when we run down river yesterday. That was 2 was a pound 8 and 1 was a pound 10. So we had about 15 pounds, and we made one stop where he had practiced and caught a couple 2-pounders. We just trying to call them and made one cast and caught one that was 680. So I told him, I said, dude, it's just our day.
Sometimes it happens that way.
Yeah.
And when it happens that way 2 days in a row, guess what? You become ABT champs.